The feeling of death approaching is one of humanity's oldest fears, yet few have claimed to predict it before it comes. Baba Vanga, the blind mystic from Bulgaria, was one of those rare figures whose prophecies seem to pierce the veil of time. Her eerie predictions about the deaths of notable people shook the world and left many speechless. She foresaw deaths in chilling detail, as if she could hear death's footsteps before it arrived. This part dives deep into the haunting stories of those whose fate Baba Vanga allegedly predicted. From unexpected tragic accidents to mysterious illnesses, these cases blur the line between chance and destiny. Was Baba Vanga simply guessing, or was there something truly supernatural in her gift? We will explore the most famous cases, the atmosphere around these predictions, and the impact they had on the people involved and on the public. Get ready for a journey through chilling accounts of death foretold, where time itself seemed to fold, and where the impossible felt terrifyingly real. The death of Princess Diana, the tragic crash under the Paris Bridge. In 1997, the sudden and tragic death of Princess Diana in a car crash under the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris shocked the world. Diana was not just a royal, she was a beloved icon who captured hearts globally. Yet years before her death, Baba Vanga allegedly foretold the disaster in a cryptic yet spine-chilling way. Baba Vanga reportedly said, "A great princess will fall under the bridge in a foreign land, chased by the wolves." The wolves were interpreted as the paparazzi relentlessly pursuing Diana, whose car crashed while trying to evade them. Her death was sudden, shocking, and filled with conspiracy theories, but the chilling detail of a falling under the bridge seemed eerily precise. At the time, many dismissed Baba Vanga's prophecy as vague or coincidence. But as the news broke, people revisited her words with a mix of fear and awe. Could someone blind truly see such a tragedy so clearly? The story of Diana's death forever tied Baba Vanga's name to a legacy of prophetic accuracy and mystery. This event illustrates the terrifying power of foresight. When the inevitable approaches, the warning echoes like a whisper from beyond the grave. Get ready for a journey through chilling accounts of death foretold, where time itself seemed to fold, and where the impossible felt terrifyingly real. The assassination of John F. Kennedy, the shot that echoed through history. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, was one of the most shocking moments of the 20th century. It shook America to its core and changed the course of history. Baba Vanga reportedly made a prophecy about this dark event long before it unfolded. According to stories passed down, Baba Vanga said, "A great leader will be killed in the City of the Sun by a bullet from an unknown hand." The City of the Sun was interpreted by some as Dallas, Texas, where the assassination took place. The unknown hand referred to the mystery surrounding the shooter's identity. This prophecy gained more attention as the facts emerged. The assassination remains shrouded in conspiracy theories, with many questions unanswered even decades later. Baba Vanga's foresight seemed to predict not only the death of a leader, but the enduring shadow it cast over the nation. This chilling prediction is an example of how Baba Vanga's visions touch the most pivotal moments of modern history, blending the political and the prophetic in ways that continue to captivate. The death of Yuri Gagarin, the first man lost in the sky. Yuri Gagarin, the first human to journey into space, became a global hero and a symbol of human achievement. His death in a mysterious plane crash in 1968 stunned the world. Baba Vanga reportedly foresaw this tragedy with striking clarity. She said, "The first star that flew beyond the sky will fall like a shooting star swallowed by the shadows." The first star was interpreted as Gagarin, the pioneering cosmonaut. The falling like a shooting star hauntingly reflected his sudden and tragic death, while swallowed by the shadows suggested the obscurity and mystery surrounding the incident. At the time, many found Baba Vanga's prophecy too vague, but as details about Gagarin's death became known, an accident still clouded by speculation, the eerie accuracy of her words gained recognition. The tragedy marked the loss of a hero whose light shone brightly but briefly. This story encapsulates the tragic beauty of Baba Vanga's gift, her ability to foresee fateful ends wrapped in metaphor and mystery. The 9/11 terrorist attacks, the unforeseen horror that shook the world. On the morning of September 11, 2001, the world watched in horror as hijacked airplanes crashed into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York, the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and a field in Pennsylvania. Thousands of lives were lost, and the event marked a drastic shift in global security and politics. Years before this tragedy, Baba Vanga reportedly made chilling predictions about a massive attack on America. She said, "A great evil will come from the sky, striking the heart of the new world, bringing fire and death." For many, the prophecy sounded vague at first, but as the horrific images of the burning towers flooded the airwaves, it was impossible to ignore the eerie resemblance. The 9/11 attacks transformed the world forever. It marked the beginning of a war on terror, increased surveillance, and a new era of fear. Baba Vanga's prediction seemed to capture not just the event, but the darkness and chaos it unleashed on humanity. This prophecy reminds us of how sudden and devastating the forces of evil can be, and how the future sometimes can whisper warnings and riddles that only time can unravel. The death of Princess Diana, the fall of the People's Princess. Princess Diana's untimely death in a car crash in 1997 was a global shock, ending the life of one of the most beloved figures of the 20th century. Baba Vanga's prophecy regarding her death added a mysterious and haunting dimension to the tragedy. She is said to have warned that a great princess will fall beneath a bridge in a foreign land, pursued by unseen hunters. Interpreters have linked unseen hunters to the paparazzi relentlessly chasing Diana's car, culminating in the fatal crash in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris. The prophecy's details, falling beneath a bridge, a foreign land, relentless pursuit, match the tragic circumstances too closely to dismiss. This eerie foresight sealed Baba Vanga's reputation as a prophet whose visions were terrifyingly accurate. Diana's death became a symbol of how fame and tragedy can intertwine, and how sometimes fate seems to be predicted long before it strikes. The Kursk submarine disaster, a silent death in the depths. In August 2000, the Russian nuclear submarine Kursk sank in the Barents Sea during a naval exercise, killing all 118 crew members on board. The disaster was one of the worst submarine accidents in history and shocked Russia and the world. Baba Vanga had reportedly predicted a great tragedy at sea involving a powerful nation's silent giant. She said, "The giant of the north will drown beneath dark waters, swallowed by silence and betrayal." Many interpreted this as a reference to Russia's powerful submarine fleet in the Kursk disaster. The tragedy revealed not only the danger of military operations, but also the secrecy and failures that followed the accident. Baba Vanga's prophecy seemed to reflect the tragedy's scale and the silence that surrounded it, adding a chilling layer of truth to her visions. This event stands as a reminder of the hidden dangers beneath the surface and the high price of power and secrecy. The collapse of the Soviet Union, an empire shattered like fragile glass. In the 20th century, the Soviet Union stood as a mighty superpower, an empire stretching across vast territories with immense political influence worldwide. Yet by the late 1980s and early 1990s, something no one expected happened: the sudden disintegration of the Soviet Union, a turning point that profoundly altered the global political map. As early as the 1970s, Baba Vanga spoke of a great empire torn apart, shattered like shards of glass, leaving behind cold ruins. At the time, many dismissed these words as vague, but when the Soviet Union officially dissolved in 1991, people were struck by the chilling accuracy of her prophecy. This mighty empire, once proud with formidable military and political power, collapsed not through war, but internal pressures, ethnic conflicts, economic crises, and the loss of faith in the system. Like dominoes, member states declared independence one after another amid chaos and despair. Baba Vanga not only foresaw the breakup of a nation, but also predicted its painful aftermath. A world will become chaotic, where no one holds power long, and the fragments will spawn a new storm. What followed, the economic crises, the rise of new nations, ethnic wars, and geopolitical conflicts, proved the grim truth of her vision. The collapse of the Soviet Union also serves as a stark reminder that no empire is eternal. No matter how mighty, every power must face the harsh fate of time and inevitable change. The rise of Islamic terrorism. A new darkness encroaches the world. At the turn of the 21st century, the world witnessed the alarming rise of Islamic terrorist organizations, with bloodshed and chaos shaking many nations and regions. Baba Vanga warned, a new darkness will spread across the world, not from old enemies, but from nameless ghosts, unseen but deadly. These mysterious words became terrifyingly real as groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS carried out bloody attacks worldwide. The attacks of September 11, 2001, were not only a tragedy, but also the start of a prolonged era of instability. Terrorist organizations unleashed fear through bombings, shootings, and hostage crises, changing global security paradigms. Baba Vanga foresaw a world where safety would become fragile and trust in governments would falter. This darkness she spoke of was the fear permeating societies and the endless wars without clear endings. Her prophecy also serves as a warning. Humanity must unite, understand, and remain vigilant against emerging threats. None can stand outside this shadow as it continues to engulf humanity. The technological revolution and social transformation. The world will never be the same. Baba Vanga predicted a new era, the age of intelligent machines, where the world would transform constantly under the drive of technology. She said, machines will master life, and humans will live in a borderless world, yet one full of hidden dangers. Her prophecy foreshadowed the modern technological boom, the rise of the internet, artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation. But it also warned of the immense social upheaval that would follow. The technological revolution has changed how people communicate, work, and live. But alongside progress came unprecedented challenges: mass unemployment, overdependence on machines, and escalating cybersecurity threats. Baba Vanga cautioned, when intelligent machines reign, humans may lose their souls. This haunting warning speaks to the potential cost of progress, the sacrifice of humanity's essence for convenience and power. She also foresaw new geopolitical and economic shifts. As emerging superpowers rise and the world grows more complex, new conflicts would arise from humanity's dependence on technology. Baba Vanga was more than a mere prophet. She was a voice from the shadows, warning of calamities, disasters, and transformations awaiting humanity. Her prophecies, whether they shock or invite doubt, share a common message. Human fate is always tested by unexpected trials beyond control. What matters most is not fear, but awareness and preparation. Knowing the dangers and changes ahead, humans can choose how to survive and thrive. We live in a volatile world, and Baba Vanga's warnings remain more relevant than ever. Cherish life, protect peace, and relentlessly strive to build a better future. Whether her prophecies prove true or not, vigilance, unity, and compassion are humanity's strongest weapons against any challenge fate may bring.